Natalie at Natalie's Hoya Haven. Just want to let you know that today is the day. I am going to Groovy Plant Ranch in Marengo, Ohio. My wonderful husband next to me here is driving me so that I can do this little short video. We're about an hour and 40 minutes away, and I'll take you around when we get there and I'll show you what I got at the end. So stay tuned. Here we are pulling up to the Groovy Plant Ranch. Parking is on the left and right. Here's a little bit of what it looks like as we're pulling in. And we're going to park over here. So this is what it looks like from the other side of the road. Oh. So look, they got someone here today. Bushel and a bean coffee. The exit. I guess we go in this way. It says exit only over there. Is this an El Camino? Got some pretty cool cars on site. There's one of them. And we're going to go in. Yep. Holler Earth Rock Shop. right, we are back home from our trip, and I'd like to show you what we got at the Groovy Plants Ranch. Let me say a couple things about what I seen when I was there. First of all, they've done a lot of remodeling since last year when we were there. They always have old vehicles that are set in different parts of the areas, just decorated with plants and flowers. And they had a UFO that was new. They had the plane, they had the Volkswagen bus, all of those. But they're doing a lot of building. There's actually a lot more new construction that's going up. They did tear out one of the buildings in the middle, and I think that was the only disappointing thing was that I was looking for some more ripsalis and some more jungle cactus. They had some, they didn't have anything that jumped out to me, and it felt like their selection was a little bit less on that. And I think the reason why is because they did tear out one of their long buildings that were in the middle, and they are now using that for to make your purchases and exit. And that's actually a good idea, because where they had you buying your stuff before, it was just a little area with not a lot of room to stand. And so I can see why they did that. I can see why they're building new construction. As you can see through the videos that I've taken, it's a nice place. It's, if you're like within at least 3 hours, I would recommend going, especially if you're a plant enthusiast, because they have, you may go to smaller garden shops around your home, and you may find, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They kind of have, of the more common plants, they pretty much have everything. And then they have more of the rare. I was able to find some rare Hoya. I have 4 new kinds that I've never owned. No, wait, I take that back. I have 3 that I've never owned before. 1 that I did own before but died, but it was a very small cutting. So I'm not, I think I'll do fine with the next one. And then I have 2 that I actually currently own, but for whatever reason, they're not doing well, or I needed a bigger one, I went ahead and got. So I got 6 Hoya today. And then I got 1 plant that is not Hoya, and I will save that one for last. So let's start with the 2 that I currently own. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is Hoya incrustata. Now, I will let you know, every plant I bought was $12.99. Now, they have prices ranging from $3.99, $4.99 for, they have a whole section of minis. So if you can't afford much, you can shop the mini section, come out of there spending like 20 bucks and still be happy. But, and I have bought from there before. Everything I bought today was $12.99. So this is my first plant I picked up, and this is Hoya incrustata. Now, I have a beautiful Hoya incrustata already. I'll show it in the picture right here. However, I can't pass up this much of a plant for $12.99. And I don't remember exactly how much I paid for my initial incrustata. I want to say at least 40, 50 bucks. And it was smaller than this. I mean, I've grown out what I've had. So I can't pass up adding this much to my plant for $12.99. So that's my first plant that I picked up. That's Hoya incrustata. All right. Second one that I picked up that I already own is my Hoya rosita. Again, also $12.99. It's not really sun stressed, but that's just a matter of putting it in a bright window. So I had a beautiful, beautiful Hoya rosita. Here's the picture when she was in her glory. But things happened. She was in a pot that dried out a little too frequently. I let her, she was in my grow tent. I let her dry out. I don't have very much left. I have a couple strands that I'm rerooting. The rest has died off. I'm going to add those couple of strands to this. I'm going to keep her in the grow tent because I love the sun stressing on a Hoya rosita. However, I am not going to put her back in a clay pot. That was my downfall. So I will be repotting this rosita with my couple of propagations of rosita I have, and we're going to regrow. It's my number 2 plant, Hoya rosita. Next one, let's go to one I owned before and did not make it. And that would be Hoya La Monica. This one, you know, I had a very, very small cutting of it. And when I mean small cutting, I mean maybe 2 or 3 leaves when I started out. I did grow it out some. It did good for a little while. I had it in pon in semi-hydro. And then the roots rotted. And then from there on, I just couldn't get it right. But I think I spent somewhere between $25 and $35 for a small cutting of Hoya La Monica. That was when I first got started with Hoya, and I was trying to find all the rare ones I could. And I'm going to admit, I probably spent more on some of these plants than I should have. But I was so excited in trying to get them all that I was buying up whatever I could. I now know that with Hoya, you cannot possibly get them all. I don't care who you are. There's too many out there. So now I'm a little more, and my plant shelves are full, so I'm a little bit more selective with what I pick out. However, this one was I remember it being a good plant, and look at how much I got for $12.99. So I am going to probably cut this in a couple strategic spots and regrow out, make it look a little prettier than this. But that's my number 3 plant, which is Hoya La Monica. Okay, now I got 3 more Hoya that I've never owned, so I'll have to do some research on. My first one is Hoya, Hoya Motesco. I hope I'm saying that right. I mean, it's not, you know, it is what it is. It's the leaves are thick. This one's got a peduncle on it, which I didn't even notice until today. Or I mean, you know, like later today. So yeah. So that's looking good. And I don't have too much other to say about it. I got to do some research. You guys know anything about Hoya Motesco? Let me know. Again, $12.99. All right, number 5 on my Hoya crusade. Oh my goodness. And these are getting wound up. I'm going to have to do propagating on these. Like, okay, this one, okay, I'm going to read this real slow. Hoya IML 1438 had some pain. Have no idea what that means. But the leaves are nice. The leaves are nice and thick. Looks like this is a new one. Still hasn't hardened off yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these longer branches. I'm going to cut them down, stick them back in the soil. Get a more manageable plant. I cannot put plants. I'm going to be in for a world of hurt if I put plants in my grow tent like this. I'm never going to get them undone. So yeah, I'm going to be cutting this one down. I'm not saying it again. But I'll have the name down below. So there we go. That's number 5. Number 6, and this is my last Hoya that I picked up. And this is Hoya Noel. Right there, I can tell you it's got the capability of putting out some pretty big leaves. And a couple smaller. Again, I'm going to cut this down, make it a little more manageable. That's my number 6, Hoya Noel. Okay. Now let me move a couple of these so they're not in my face. I have 1 plant left. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to dig into the roots on this plant a little bit. I did not notice. I was so when I was there, I was looking for the best one as far as, well, I'll just show it to you and then we'll talk. This is my peace lily. It's my domino peace lily, which is variegated, the variegated peace lily. So I was kind of like shopping for the most variegated, prettiest one. And what I wasn't really paying attention to was the fact that these leaves are all wrinkled. I did water it when I got home yesterday, but I know peace lilies typically droop when they need water. They don't wrinkle. So I don't know exactly what's going on with it. I am going to dig into it later today, go through the roots, and probably put it in some fresh soil because I don't want it to die. But this is my domino peace lily. Again, this was $12.99. So 7 plants, $12.99 each with tax. It was less than $100. So I have come out of that store spending a lot more than that. So I think I did pretty good. And then we came home and that was our day. If I didn't happen to mention it already, I'm taping this the next morning. I did tape it when I got home and I didn't have my handy dandy microphone. So I've done that on videos before and I know the sound difference. And I'm like, I was tired at that point. I'm like, I'm just going to redo it in the morning. It took up like, 10 minutes. So, but that's all I have for today. I hope you like my videos. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully we'll have a second one coming out by the end of this weekend because I do have some ideas. I just haven't acted on them yet. And I have a 4-day weekend, so I'm trying to get a little bit more out there. So I'll see you next time. Bye.